Time we are dealing with the effects of this morning's storm. So let's go to John Gonzalez. He's live in Woodsboro, Maryland, where this first round of weather has already left people with some hefty cleanup. John?
Scott, already this afternoon, this section of Woodsboro, Maryland is littered with downed trees. Some of them were toppled, others were snapped in half, like this massive tree that fell on this property. And you can see it fell on the fence here. This storm, round one, if you will, came through at around 8 o'clock this morning here in Frederick County. Heavy rain, but that wasn't the most impressive part. It was the powerful wind that literally shook this area. You can see this tree came down just feet from this home. This family actually lost a number of trees this morning. The wind was very intense, and of course, with the ground so saturated, it didn't take long for these trees to come down. The sky was very ominous. This picture here from the ICC when we were headed over here, then the rain and wind took over. Crews here in Frederick County got to work early, and they have been very busy. They know it's going to be a long night. Woodland Drive here was closed for some time with a massive tree blocking it. Crews quickly cut it up and moved to the next one. One resident tells us it was quite a scene.
Like a large mist came in, fog. House shook and the windows and everything. And then my daughter, who lives here, she was in her house. She went in the basement.
Now back here live, we can tell you this neighborhood here in Woodsboro really got the brunt of this first batch, if you will. There's debris like this really strewn everywhere. And of course, power went out for some time, and now residents wait for what could be even more powerful storms later today. Reporting live in Frederick County, John Gonzalez, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you very much, John. Now, ahead of today's potentially severe storm, some people are looking to the past when it comes to making preparations. Let's get to Brianne Carter. She's live in Arlington, in a neighborhood where people learned that lesson the hard way. Brianne?
Absolutely, Scott. People are preparing here as we start to get some more light rain in this Arlington neighborhood. And people know all too well what it's like to be in a neighborhood where the power lines go down relatively easy. We were talking to some neighbors earlier today. They say after they had the derecho come through here last year, they had a number of trees that were trimmed or taken down. They say that is a good news for today when they are expecting wind and rain coming through here later this afternoon. So they say that is a plus, that they do not expect that there will be as much damage as what they had last year. Now, this is some video of some rain we saw earlier moving through the area. And while it was a lighter storm than many of the residents here had planned for, they say they are prepared for whatever comes their way this afternoon. But again, they say that they feel more prepared now after having a number of those trees taken down and trimmed after so much damage happened last time because of that derecho. Power companies in this area also say they are prepared. Crews are on standby monitoring whatever will come our way. Reporting live in Arlington, Brianne Carter, ABC 7 News.
All right, thank you, Brianne. Well, Metro is ramping up its efforts to keep people safe in the event of severe weather. Let's check in with Amanda Meadows. She's here now, and Amanda, Metro is pulling out all the stops to keep everything running smoothly for tonight's commute, I'm guessing.
That's right, Scott. Yeah, over the past 2 days, Metro has been working around the clock prepping for the storm, and the timing really couldn't be worse. Now, it's expected to hit during peak afternoon rush hours, so Metro hopes to keep as close to their normal schedule as possible, but they are prepared for the issues that could arise. Now, many crews will have extended or overlapping shifts. Metro has also staged emergency equipment like light towers, generators, and mobile pumps at problem spots. And then they'll also watch for flooding by checking drains and pumping stations. We also, meantime, VRE is also going to be running longer trains earlier than normal today to prepare for an early rush. So really, the earlier you head out the door, the better.
It's different. We have to be prepared to respond not only to the individual events, but more widespread events and often multiple events at the same time.
So really, the earlier you can head out the door, the better you off are, Scott. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. Good advice. Travel on Metro might be okay for now, but already these storms have created several delays across the region. Jumi Olabanji is live in the newsroom, and Jumi can tell us about what travelers are dealing with ahead of this weather. Jumi?
Well, Scott, Jackie touched on a little bit of this in her earlier weather report, but we want to show you this FAA website. If we can get that pulled up full here on the screen, we can show you our local airports already in red. So BWI looking pretty good right now. If we go down to Reagan Airport, we can show you that the delays right now, there's a ground stop lasting anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour long. And then if we move over here to to Dulles Airport. They've got a ground stop between an hour and a half and an hour and 45 minutes. So that's what's happening if you're trying to get out of town using the airports this afternoon. Now, we also want to show you what we have on our ABC7 weather page. You've got our great storm pics from people who've been sending in pictures. You can see here in our area from when we had the heavy rainstorms earlier on today. We can show you another picture, this coming into the Roslyn area of the dark skies. And take a look at this one, Scott. Just really, really powerful images about the weather we had earlier today and what could be happening later on this afternoon. So if you are in a safe place and you do have the opportunity to take a picture later on this afternoon, we do encourage that you send those pictures to eyewitness@WJLA.com. Back to you, Scott.
All right. Thank you, Jumi. And whenever severe weather threatens, stay with ABC7, and our Stormwatch weather app will help you do that. It's got up-to-the-minute information on everything you need to know. You can download that app through our website. Just log on to WJLA.com.